Hello everyone, thank you for joining today. We are going to look at the CPI data and the market expectation. So what we may expect soon. So the CPI data will be released in 35 minutes, and we have seen that during this week the market didn't move at all. So all the focus was on the CPI data, and during the previous week we had also other events that the market was contracted and didn't show anything at all. Just only 1 minute to check the voice quality. Just 1 minute, please. Okay, so all is fine. Uh, as you may see today, we are waiting the CPI data to come out at 5.5% from 5.7%. Overall, if this number is going to decrease, this is showing that the Fed is doing right, the economy is on the right way, and the inflation is slowing down. It means that the prices are getting back to normality. The market impact, as it was expected in a normal situation with the increase of the interest rates, it was expected probably a slowdown in the economy and the GDP as well, as long as the economy is reflected on the GDP numbers, gross domestic product. The problem is that despite the fact that the inflation numbers are slowing down, US economy proved to be very strong and it keeps growing. So it is not slowing down, but also Fed repeated this several times that they will not stop with the interest rate increase if that is needed, and it will take time for the market to calm down and also the inflation rate to come back to close to 2% and 2.5% as they expect. What is very important is that we have inflation moving down and the US economy that is still strong. Considering that they are not in line with each other, so the economy is still strong, it is showing that the economy is still facing this problem without any big problem at all. So this is a good thing overall. We have seen the CPI numbers to come also to slow down month after month, and the US dollar is showing strength, so it is not slowing down. That is why, in my opinion, we have to be careful. We have seen the market during the previous week and during this week to slow down and to contract, so we didn't see any big movements in the market during the last 2 weeks. But we have to be careful only from any speculation. Overall, I am looking at for a stronger USD, so I'm not looking at for a weaker USD at all. However, the market will show the next movement. Considering what FOMC showed before and their monetary policy statement and what their plans, so what they intend to do in a different situation if this is going to be higher, the inflation number, then everything is priced in my opinion. So let's see what is happening. I will begin with the first one. We are going to look at the main market movers for today. So the first one is Bitcoin that we are going to look at, considering that this is one of the leading index for the crypto market. From the previous analysis that we have seen, during the previous time price was at this point, it reached our target, and this was a very strong target considering that we are close to the first support area that is stopping the price here, close to 21,500. So considering the previous analysis, our price reached the target here, but considering that we are going to face the numbers of the CPI data and the problem that the market will speculate with those numbers until everything will become more clear, we should expect also any strange movement up to the top. So we can see Bitcoin to test the top again. I wouldn't be surprised from this movement. What we have to be careful is that we should not buy only because the price is rising, because if price is going to test the top of the structure again, the chances are very high that we may see any sell-off later. This will be the bullish scenario and against USD, so this could be the false movement here. But if this is going to happen, if you are going to look back on the daily chart, we may see that on August 22, that was also the high for Bitcoin, it was reached close to 25,200. So also this movement is possible if we are going to look at any strange market interpretation related with the USD dollar and with the numbers. However, the first zone that I'm looking at for the price to move down is the previous structure high, that is 24,100 in this area here, when the price began the bearish movement. So just let's focus on this part. If the market will not create any strong bullish reaction at this moment, we may see the price to test the structure only and later it can move down. This price can also create a type of movement like this one here, so it can come close to the base of the structure. We have seen this analysis also during the previous time. Price can test, just one moment, 22,800 if this is going to stop the price, and here we have also another selling opportunity. So these are the areas that I'm looking at for Bitcoin. As you may see, the price here stopped during the last 2 days, yesterday and today. We didn't see any movement at all. On the 1 hour chart, the price is just rising here, so we are not having any bearish sign yet, but we may face any strange sell-off during the news event. So let's be careful, but this is the bullish scenario that I'm expecting. In a normal situation, I don't like to trade at all during these events, considering that we are not dealing with normal events, but we are dealing with high speculation. Another scenario that I really like for Bitcoin and for the crypto market overall is that let's assume that the price is going just to move down because of the CPI numbers. I don't know how many the numbers come out here, but if price is going to come close to 19,000 in any strange speculative movement, then this is a perfect buy opportunity here. So you just have to focus on the areas on the sell side and on the buy side. At least this is my trading scenario that I'm looking at. Is not on financial advice at all. For this scenario, if price is going to come close to 19,000, I would be ready for the price to rise up. The reason on this scenario is because we are not going to deal with the CPI data only, but we are going to deal also with the trading volume that is increased in the crypto market. So no one will let Bitcoin to move lower than 19,000 in this area. This is the first zone that I'm looking at, and I don't think that Bitcoin is going to move close to the next target. So 90,000 will be perfect if price is going to move close to the brown area. So let's move on the next one. Thank you to all the guys that are in the live stream right now. I really appreciate it. If we are going to look at Ethereum, this is a bit more complicated as a structure. During the previous time, we saw that price didn't broke the previous structure. We faced FOMC, we faced ACB, so everything was developed in this piece of information here. And the CPI data is the next one. I don't think that the CPI data is going to delete all the other events that are accumulated in this piece of information. So the chances are very high again that probably we may face only speculative movement also on Ethereum. The first area that we have to be careful that Ethereum will definitely test, I think, will be the structure area here that I'm looking at, this small zone. It fits very well also with the base of the pattern, so this is the first scenario. And the second scenario is all the time the aggressive sell-off that may happen from the top. This is the second scenario that I'm looking at. Both of these are in line with each other and with Bitcoin as well, so Bitcoin and Ethereum. And let's see if price is going to test the top during the high speculation. Probably this could be the beginning of a deeper correction after that. If we are going to look at back on a higher time frame, probably if price is going to move down on Ethereum, I think that 1400 has higher chances to stop the price. 103,000 at this point probably could be a very low price level, but never knows what may happen and how speculation could develop. If we are going to see the price to come close to 1,300, this is going to be the strongest support area, and I think it is worth to take the risk for the bullish movement from this zone. However, we have to see how fast the speculation could be here. But I would like to have any buy order around 1,300, 1,350 probably. It looks very interesting as zone. And the previous one, 1,400. So all of these are very strong psychological areas here. And we can deal with both scenarios also on Bitcoin and Ethereum, the bullish and the bearish scenario as well. The next one is dollar index that we are going to look at very fast. As you may see, price is still developing within this pattern that is moving down. This is holding the price very strong. All the times that price came close to this area, price reacted on the opposite direction all the time, as you may see, up or down. Probably we may face any bearish correction that can be any deep correction. However, considering that the market is consolidating close to the top, the chances are very high that we may have any type of triangle pattern. If this is going to be true, that the price will respect this pattern, it can be contracting triangle or this triangle here, it doesn't matter because it will be volatile and during the market opening. In my opinion, what will be interesting is the fact that if price is going to break through the upper part of both patterns, then we are going to look at a deeper correction on DX dollar, and also USD is going to be stronger. So this is overall, without wanting to complicate this pattern. The bearish scenario could be that the price is going to break through the lower part of the pattern and it may move lower. But considering what I explained before related with FOMC, related with European Central Bank, and how strong the US economy is, I don't think that only the CPI data will make the USD dollar to be weaker this time. So it doesn't make sense from the fundamental perspective. I'm sure that the market is going to interpret the inflation data, that if inflation data is going to come smaller than expected, or probably according to expectations 5.5%, if I'm not wrong, 5.5, they are expecting the Fed not to support with the increase on the interest rates. However, overall, even if Fed is not going to support with the increase on the interest rates, everything is fine because that is showing that the economy is on the right path. So it doesn't make sense that Fed should increase the interest rates every time that they make they have the meeting. However, everything is related from the news websites, how they will interpret the data, and so on. Another point is that if we are going to have an increase in the inflation number for the close of January here, because the US is reporting the data for January, these are year-to-date data, and as you may see, if they are going to report, for example, 5.8, probably we may see the US dollar to be very, very strong, because everyone will expect that Fed is going to increase the interest rates uh, for the coming meeting more than we expect, or more than they increased during the last meeting. However, let's see, these are the patterns for the moment. I am more bullish than bearish on this part of information. So let's see, everything looks very, very interesting. Another instrument that we are paying close attention to is also gold. On the bigger picture, we may see that the price should continue to move lower. However, what is very interesting is that after price broke down from this channel, and that we are looking at for the bearish movement, we can see that the price is consolidating again. So we have to be very, very careful at this moment. Despite the fact that we may be close to the top of the structure and the market probably is getting ready to increase uh, the expectations for a stronger USD and for the US dollar to move down, we have to be careful, because the price can come close to the structure again, or probably close to the top, and later it can dump. So we might be right on the bigger picture, but on the smaller picture where we trade, it could be very difficult, and probably we can face losses. So it is better if you stay out of trading, in my opinion, or at least as a minimum, wait for the data from the US to come out, and later you can decide for your movement. So there is nothing here to throw it. It's very risky. Price can continue. The analysis might be right, but you are going to face problems. It's very different analyzing and trading. These are very different concepts overall. Just one moment, because I want to check what is on the TradingView chat. Okay, our trader is writing CPI should rise like parallel with interest rates. DXY should goes up again because of monetary decision policy by ECB and Fed. Bonds and stocks are crash again. Thank you. Thank you for your comment, for sharing your opinion. Yes, I agree. This is what I'm looking at overall. I'm not sure about the stock market. The stock market may be close, probably reach the bottom already, as I see. We may see some up and downs, but for the stock market, I am more bullish than bearish during these moments, because as long as the interest rates is slowing down, it means that it is not going to weigh more on the businesses. So overall, they are not in line with the USD dollar. However, the correction moment may develop more, so we are on those waters. They probably can stay in deep waters again. Probably they will not recover soon. But I think that many from the stock markets reached already the bottom. So yes, overall I agree with your opinion. Prince Borke is writing, will it affect all USD pairs? It is normal that the CPI data will affect not only all the the USD pairs, but CPI data is going to affect all the forex market today. And the problem is because we are going to face high volatility. if one currency pair is going to move more than the other, then this impact is going to be transmitted on the others. So it's a chain effect that is transmitted from one currency pair to the other. All the market will move in a crazy movement, so we have to be careful. Just one moment. I don't have it prepared for USD GPY, USD yen, but overall USD may show strength. So just be careful. I'm looking at for a stronger USD on all the analysis that I'm sharing. So also USD yen may face the bullish movement. However, the main impact should be on the first moment when everything will begin. So USD may move down, but it may rise later. At least this is what I'm looking at. So let's see what is going to happen. But USD may face very strong momentum because it is contracting during all these days. So let's be careful also for gold. The next one is Euro USD. As you may see from the chart that I have placed here, we have seen FOMC that was at the beginning of February. We faced ACB here at this moment. We saw the non-farm payroll data. So everything is in line with what Fed is doing and with what ACB is doing. The price movement here is also transmitted on the dollar index. So as you may see, this is the upside down of the previous chart on dollar index. Also the pattern that we are looking at here, I'm looking at for this type of small flag, it looks approximately the same like the one that is on the dollar index, with differences as well as normal, the differences that they have, but they are very similar to each other. What I am expecting also for Euro USD, but we have to be careful because we are just analyzing right now, is that the chances are very high that we may see the price to stop and to create this type of pattern here. I'm holding this like a type of flag, but it is not a flag. This is like a type of expanding pattern. We may see the price to face the strong resistance close to 1.0790 and it can move down from this point. However, also another scenario that I'm looking at if price is going to face high volatility is that it can rise also close to the top or probably close to the line and it can dump from this area. However, everything is related with the stop losses that we should use during trading. It is not that easy, but these are the scenarios that I'm looking at for the Euro USD dollar. One of the guys is asking, Salman is asking, Euro USD can be bearish during the CPI data. I'm looking at for a bearish Euro USD and a stronger USD. However, what is important is that we have to wait as beginning and not to jump in the market because it's not that easy this time. As you may see, despite the fact of the data that we had and price moved down from this point, it was 200 pips. All of those pips here are deleted. So price is getting ready for another movement. So let's see the next move and later we can decide. But the bigger movement, I still think that should be on the downside. At least with the current data that we have, this is the approach that I'm looking at. Another setup that I'm looking at is GBPUSD. We have to be very careful. What I'm looking at overall is this pattern here. So price is blocked within the top between 1.24 and the bottom that is close to 1.1860 here. So this is overall on the 4-hour picture. I'm expecting for the price to create this 4-hour pattern, the 5-wave pattern. Currently, as we may see, we are on a type of pattern that is still developing here. Price is moving up. The problem is that we can never know if this is going to be the beginning for the next movement that is going to move up, or if this is going to create something like a type of flag correction here, or a type of wedge pattern, and price may move lower. However, considering the corrections and the bigger picture, I still think that we may have a bearish movement here. So the chances are very high, because also the movement needs to be correct in one way or another. However, this is not that clear in my opinion. GBPUSD, it looks very well and it fits very well for the 5-wave count that I'm looking at. But the picture related with EURUSD is more clear than this one that we have on pound US dollar. So let's see how the market will react. One of the guys on the TradingView chat is asking about Bitcoin. Bitcoin was the first one. You should find it on the 5th minute, if I'm not wrong. So you may replay the video. You can find it easily. Another one is writing about USD CAD. Related with USD CAD, I would say that it is better to stay out, because they are both very strong and the overall picture is very corrective. It is not clear at all for a clear direction, so I would like to stay out from that currency pair, in my opinion. And we should also have to know that both Canadian dollar is affected also from the oil price. So considering that oil price may be affected from the US dollar effect, we may see Canadian dollar also to face losses. So it is not that easy. It's a mess overall as a pattern, USD CAD. So this is overall what I'm expecting. So let's see what the CPI data will bring for us today. So hope you guys enjoyed this analysis. Don't forget to subscribe, to press the like button, and leave a comment if you want. Thank you. Bye bye.